Hey everyone, I'm Chris Alice with Kelly Williams over here in Morristown, New Jersey, doing another small business spotlight video this month featuring Junk Rescue. Sitting down with the owner, Jake Still. Thank you so much, Jake, for taking time to speak with me.
Yeah, of course. And as you know, me and you have a long history as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, please, if you don't mind, just kind of giving like a little overview real quick of who you are and kind of like what you do.
Yeah, so my name's Jake Still. I grew up in Cinnaminson, worked in this industry in college, decided to start our own over here, and I can tell you that story later as well. But really what we are, we're in the business of convenience, right? We help people remove unwanted items or wanted items and help them give it to a good place, good home. So you can kind of consider it like renting a dumpster, which we also do. But our main business is junk removal. So the beauty of that is we go into homes wherever the items are located, basement, yard, attic, garage. We do all the work for you. You just tell us what you want gone. And the prep beforehand and afterhand, we have tools, everything you can imagine to complete the job safely. Then also we handle all the back end stuff too after sourcing all the items, whether it's trash, donations, recycles. You guys don't have to worry about anything, right? Everything's up front. And it's just stuff that would take you years sometimes to clean out a basement. We're done in a couple hours, right? The other part of the beauty of hiring us is we realize the sentimental value of a lot of things. Yeah. That makes it like a long time for you to go through, get that stuff out. With us is we're a lot faster through that, and again we make sure it gets a good home. And the other thing is it's the same day next day service. So we get realtors all the time that call us same day, next day, whatever. I mean, an hour before or even after closing, like we just showed up to closing and everything's still here, right? So we built the model for speed and convenience, right?
Nice.
People always ask us, do we sell stuff? And that's something business we're in. If you guys have stuff to sell it by all means, make the money, whatever you can. Our business model is all about speed, convenience, getting it done. So you guys don't have to worry about it. And a lot of times for most of our business is a lot of it's carried into construction or real estate. And so that house can go to closing, right? Yeah. That's a big part of what we do.
Very nice. Now, going back to donations, I understand you guys do if you can, you try and donate majority of everything before you actually take it to the dumpster. What made you want to go that route rather than just straightforward I'm gonna get rid of it and so on and so forth?
Yeah, so I mean, look, I worked in the industry in college as well, and it's a super common question you get asked, or even when I was on the trucks back then. You think about all right, why aren't they selling and everything else? And you really have to learn where, one, it's hard to charge pricing and do that, and then the model of taking it back, storing it, right? You gotta then store it in your truck, and then you have to be able to bring it back and evaluate it and sell it, so on flip, and it doesn't work, right, that well. And the other thing is it's not what we're about, right? Really our business model is about speed and convenience, and then building leaders. For example, all our truck routes, those guys, it's one of the only business models where you don't have your supervisor with you all day. These guys are on their own, and they handle everything. It's a small business. They handle logistics, the marketing, the sales, the customer service, the issues, the complaints, everything. They help to solve those things. So
the individual truck drivers themselves have to handle it.
Yeah, the truck drivers do everything. They do everything. They manage the day. They set, prep, make sure they have their tools, everything else, prep their trucks, even do preventative maintenance and stuff on the trucks, make sure that they're going out there. And that's a lot of the beauty that people don't see. That's why we're able to do same day, next day. And it all comes from prep and planning that people don't see. But going back more to donation stuff, it's just good business. I mean, most people don't care to even sell themselves to themselves. Yeah. Majority of our market isn't looking to make 20, 50, whatever, and usually really good stuff. But if you ever tried to sell something,
it's a hassle.
It's
a hassle.
Meeting with people and then bargaining, and they don't show, and everything else. And then, hey, can you pick it up? Can you drop it off? Can you store it? Again, our whole model of life, for the most part, now is based on speed and convenience. Everything's now. So it's much easier to just do that, and then help them. You don't have to worry about even donating is a hassle. Right? Go into there and donate. They also don't take everything. So that's to be rough. If they don't take, we can try another center where we dispose of it. But first thing is we're going to at least try to go there first. It sucks lugging something all the way to there and then they don't take it. And for us, our whole model, we know, again, we're skilled to know what they will take and what they won't take. So it's just good business to do it that way. And the goal is not to just pick things up and throw away. The goal is to pick things up, source them properly, and then move on to the next one.
Very nice. Now, you've been in business for what, handful of years, about 6 years now.
Yeah, we started in 2016.
And you grew how many employees?
So we just hired a 37th employee. So we grew actually really fast, rapidly in the beginning, right? And again, it's almost too fast. and you got to figure things out. And that's what most people don't realize, like in business, when you go from $100,000 business to $1 million business to 5 to 10 million, right? Every single time your business model has to change and adapt, your management structure has to change. It gets hard every time, right? And then you have to realize, the people that you got you to one point won't always get you to the next point. So you either got to hire, bring people in, you got to coach and develop people. And that's really our strategy, is always trying to coach and develop as many people as we can and build leaders. And that's people don't really realize too. It's not just a junk company, really. It's we're trying to build and develop people. That's ultimately how you attract and retain people as well, right? So it's been a little bit of a ride, but it's been good.
It so far?
Yeah, so it's been good.
Where do you see yourself kind of like in the future?
So a little bit of history before I did this, right? I did it in college, but I worked in medical sales. I sold aesthetic lasers, dermatologists, and plastic surgeons. It was a good job, good money, everything else. My brother-in-law is my partner. He works for the government, still full-time right now. So when we decided to start this business, we're like, all right, we're leaving these industries and everything else. I don't just want a side hustle. I don't want to be my own boss. That's not why I did this. I want to grow something big. Like, I'm in the entrepreneurship, building and creating, and honestly the people part, right? So if we don't grow, there's no point, right? If I'm saying I care about our people, I need to build opportunity. So our goal down the road is to become, again, the largest national brand we can. And with our uniques that we also offer the dumpster rentals, right? Cater and a little bit more flexible. We also have a customer service program and even incentive program on customer service. This is Hazel, by the way. So, that we've doubled, and we've been around for half the time, and we've doubled the amount of reviews just in Google alone. So we have like 1,200 in Google. And we have like 4,000 reviews all like total in the years. So
that's
so
great.
And our goal is really just help use that and our strategies, everything else to build out a national.
So you're in the business for people.
Not
just like where you're
Our main vision to see is you've seen our branding with our trucks and everything. Just go, like, no matter where you are in country, you drive anywhere in your town, your city, within 30 minutes, you're going to see the Junk Rescue brand somewhere. Whether that's a dumpster in the driveway, whether that's a truck driving down the highway, whether it's at someone's house. That's the vision we see going forward.
I honestly probably see a handful of your dumpsters a day. Just between South Jersey and like going towards the shoreline, Central Jersey, whatever it gets to be. I'm always seeing your logo.
I love the logo. Like the branding, I was a marketing major, so the branding has been like really, really fun for us. And
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, Junk Rescue, like who is that? And then I found out and I was like, oh, Jake owns that. Like that's great. You have such a great logo, better than your other competitors. And everything else. You guys definitely stand out, and even to the point like, if anyone ever, hopefully you start using him in the future. Even like when you call in your phone line, it's like like that little like superhero like little theme song. It's just, like, definitely makes it a little bit more like, oh, this is like, it makes, I don't know, it's more humbling. It makes it more fun, I guess, in a sense, if you're gonna order a dumpster or any kind of like trash removal. It's not just like strict in business.
Man, everything costs money nowadays, right? And the best brands, I think that's what we're trying to develop. So more than anything else, it's the brand, right? You develop an experience, right? You're selling an experience. You're not really selling just a service, right? And you got to do all the other things well, but it's not good enough to just do the stuff that you used to do well, like good customer service and all that other stuff. Like, you got to go above and beyond, because, like it or not, everyone expects now, and everyone expects instant service. And if you do mess up, you got to make it right. Like, which is cool. It seems like a no-brainer, but it is expected heavily. And we do a really good job of that and teaching that. But the systems and building it out and everything else, it needs to just feel like an experience. That's the best way I can put it.
That's great. I want to kind of go back a little bit. Something that I actually really like what you guys do. Each one of your drivers, like, pretty much works for themselves. So you're not micromanaging them. You're not. Seems like you're not giving them like a hard schedule. Like, you need to be A, B, and C at this time. Like, you put a lot of their liabilities on them, which I'm sure they actually really appreciate, because like, all right, they're trusting me with like their business and making sure everything gets done on time.
And that's a good question and good to ask. Like, so it's like yes and no in scenarios, right? So the goal is, right, we build them out and support them and give them what they need to be successful, right? And then after that, once they're on the road, it's not feasible to manage them all the time, right? So they need to be developed and be empowered to make decisions. That's even something we're still working out to make it more clear with them. Like, hey, here's your level of authority. Here's the decisions you can make up to. If this happens, do this. Guide them, right? But really, like the main skill, which is really not underutilized, but underappreciated skills, the ability to be resourceful. I think it's one of the most important things we look for now. Like if you can solve problems, let alone solve interesting problems, like you are valuable, right?
Yeah.
So you have to teach people that's a skill you have to learn. It's not just something.
Yeah.
Well, I think some people are okay at it, but like they don't realize like you have to develop that skill. It's not just, hey, solve this problem. It's how do you solve any problem?
Yeah.
And there's honestly a pretty much standard formula you can kind of use. So we try to teach that and the confidence to that. So when people even call in or they have questions, our goal is not to leave them on an island, right? You support them and go, what would you do, right? And then you can go, all right, good. Have you thought about this? And then next time they call in, they go, all right, what would you do? And they give their answer, cool. You don't need to call me again. You know how to do this. Like you got them that way. It's easier said than done, and there's so many variables. But that's really the goal, is them to go out there and then you give them guidelines and goals for the day. And we're big in, we track 3 main metrics for them. So it's productivity. So again, how many jobs can they pretty much get done throughout their day, and make sure they're charging jobs appropriately. So that's a big difference between charging appropriately and gouging people, right? So again, if you want to grow a business, you got to be fair and consistent, right? So we believe in, again, you want to have whatever your pricing is, you got to deliver on the value, right? And the value for us, right, is speed, convenience, security, knowing that your house is going to be protected, everything in between. Then the other thing for them is customer service. So we do that through our review incentive program. And then we, I can't think of the other one. Oh, sourcing. So we like sourcing recyclable materials and whatnot. So how much can we keep out of landfills? That way we try to incentivize as well for the guys.
Which is nice. Now going back to pricing, I'm sure, because now this whole inflation is going up and everything. Have you guys having to like increase your numbers a little bit just because of cost of everything in reality?
So we've increased everything, and we have a fractional CFO that we brought on to help us with the process and really forecasting. So we've made 2 price increases in the last year and a half, and then in the year before that we only made like 1. Or there were 4 years before we only made 1. And honestly, we probably should have made more. And to realize even our price increases are less than really what the cost of our products. Like our dumpster steel alone, right? People don't think about this stuff in business models when anything else. Like the dumpster itself costs double than it used to be. They used to be about $3,000. They're now $6,000 to buy a dumpster. And for us to get them, you need to buy a lot to be able to cycle them through. We just, I think, put like another $100,000 into assets and stuff. And, and that's not much. Like for dumpsters, it's not many dumpsters. I mean, hey, 10 dumpsters at $6,000 a piece is $60,000, right? That's not a whole lot when you think about it, right? Because they're weekly rentals. That's essentially 1 a day. So.
And then the trucks and everything.
Trucks again, obviously minimum wage, and then we don't pay minimum wage, but everything's connected, right? So the guys that were making minimum wage want more money, and the guys who are making whatever that want more money, right? So that's business. You got to adapt, and you got to find new ways to not only obviously raise prices sometimes, but deliver if you're raising prices. Some of it's just fair, but then you got to deliver more value if you're doing that too. And then you got to raise wages and everything in between. And I think that's one of the tougher things in business, like the being able to adapt and everything else, and still have a good product and service is a lot harder than people think.
And I like how you point that out. Like even though yes, you are raising your prices as everyone else is right now, but you're still trying to make sure that you are encouraging great value and a great experience through and through. Which is huge, because you want that repeat client. You want new clients coming. As long as you hold that value true, I think you guys are going to do great. You already have done great.
I think that's a big thing people don't realize, especially in our industry, how much you have to spend in marketing to get cost. We're not a big repeat client for dumpsters, more we are, but for junk removal and everything else, it's tied into a lot of times with the sale of a home or anything. You're not moving that often, right? So we do have people that just use us for general clean outs, everything. Or, we do appliance, we do single item pickup, so it might be an appliance, a fridge went bad or anything. But for the most part, I mean, we'll probably spend close to $500,000 in marketing this year alone. It's people don't realize you really gotta get the brand out there, especially as a newer business, right? And really push that. And then your goal is to build, raving fans, build cheerleaders out of your clients, and you got to deliver value, and that's easier said than done. Especially when you're not out there with the guys, right? Getting your guys to care about and getting them to care about the business and have the confidence to execute is hard. So I think we've done a very good job with that, and our reviews reflect that. But I still think we have a lot more work to do. But that's why we stand out in the field that we do, and that's why we've had this success, because we have again, we have a vision of not just being, we don't just pick stuff up, right? We're not a junk company, right? We're really a customer service, sales, and marketing, business model. And it all comes down to convenience and value, right? So the more value we can deliver, again, you want to leave and go, that was the best money I ever spent, right? That's a goal.
You put it great. I love how you put it. Where can they find you if we want to reach out?
Yeah, so I mean, you can obviously hit us on Google. Go to our website at junk-rescue.com. Facebook, Yelp, Angie's, all those sites, you can see all our reviews on there, Home Advisor. And they can call us directly at our 844-292-5865. So it's 844-SEE-A-JUNK. And yeah, I'll go back to Google it, right? That's the easiest way you're gonna find anything, right? You can book online, you can call us in, ask any questions you guys have, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys.
Jake, I appreciate taking time to speak with
me.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching this month's video. Thank you again to Core Title for sponsoring us. Reach out to them for all your home title needs. See you next month.